Welcome to Heather Ewing, the CRE Rundown. And today I have a special guest for you, all the way from Los Angeles in beautiful California. It's Young Lee. Welcome.
Hello, nice to meet you. Thanks so much for having me, Heather.
Definitely. So, you are a commercial real estate sales associate at CBI Commercial. Tell us a
Correct.
little bit more about you for those that don't know you.
Well, yeah, I was just born in Korea, came to where I was raised in San Francisco Bay Area ever since I was five. I just went to college down here, sort of saw the opportunities, so I stayed in LA. Yeah, I actually was originally a business major. Just kind of wanted to go along that route. I knew business, finance, something along that route was meant for me. So yeah, just stayed here, looked around. COVID hit, which actually made me change my career paths into commercial real estate. I just thought, let's do something long term. Let's do something for my
Mhm.
future. You're young. Let's just see if you can get your foot in early, so that later on it gets a little easier down the road when things do get better. Fingers crossed still for that. But yeah, just stayed down here, found CBI. I work with under George Pino and Joe Killinger. Just been a good opportunity, been learning a lot. And yeah, I've focused on the STNL, single tenant net lease aspect, niche market, uh, learning a lot every day. And I also do leasing, uh, retail office as well. Just, picking little things here and there, just connecting all the dots, just dipping my feet into every little place just to get that experience. And yeah,
Definitely.
here I am now.
Right. Well, and you're learning from the best on the West Coast, so that's perfect
Yeah.
too. One of the fun similarities between us is that I started my firm, Abstract Commercial Real Estate, right at the beginning of COVID. So
Okay.
similar to you in the sense of I saw the opportunity that everything was much slower, pretty much shut down, that it would give me time to create it, get all of the website, the social media, all these different facets together. And then my goal was to come out 200% out of the gates when things did start to open. So for
Mhm.
yourself, for me, that time was very well spent.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, thank you I just like having everything shut down. You really got that time to really focus. Think,
Mhm.
I took a few steps back, sort of saw what can
Right.
I redo. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, my dad always told me like college is like a reset button, but then again, like COVID felt like another reset button on top of that. It was weird. It
Right.
was,
A double
I'm,
whammy.
yeah, I mean, no one expected it. I'm sure everybody was. I mean, it's scary times even still right now, and just gotta hope for
Mhm.
the best though. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Well, and I love too that you really kind of went inward to figure out what do I want to do. And also, so much of commercial real estate is investing in the present for your future. There's a lot of
Oh yeah,
unknowns, as
absolutely.
you know, that
Hmm.
something is always changing. There's no guarantees, and it's really being agile, being resourceful, and I think also having a clear goal. And of course, that's going to change and ebb and flow depending on what's happening. But it's one of
Yeah.
the essential skills, I would say.
Yeah, totally. It's another thing. Yeah, you're right. Goals. That really is making that path. Knowing what you want. And one thing that I really learned, especially in commercial real estate, is you got to
Mhm.
be patient. You
Right.
have to be patient. I realize, rushing things doesn't get you anywhere. You got to take the
No.
time. Really just take things one by one. I think that was like the best thing how I went along with my deals. Just listening to everybody, making sure that each and everything's communicated. Uh, and yeah, you never know what's going to happen. I've had deals fall through. What can I
Right.
say?
And we
It's
all have.
yeah,
Just fewer
it's
as time
happened.
goes typically, but then you're right. They get more complicated and there's
Yep,
longer due
absolutely.
diligences and different clauses. And
Hmm.
I think it's an arena where you can continually grow for the rest of your life.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Just gotta wait and see. Really, it's just a matter of time. No one has a crystal ball. It's just hang in there really and focus. I think don't
Right,
let go of the
definitely.
goals.
Exactly. Written goals make such a difference and adjustment. So one of the nice things is since you're newer to the arena, we've had a lot of seasoned commercial real estate brokers here. So the fun thing in our time together is what are some of the thought processes that you went through in making the change, or also, some of the action steps? If you were talking to a friend or someone that, reached out to you and they're like, Young, I'm interested in commercial real estate, what advice would you give them at this point?
Wow. Yeah, I mean, I've actually had a few friends actually ask me this question, more on the residential real estate side. I mean, the biggest switch is obviously it's not the lifestyle that you think you're going to have. You really have to focus and zoom in. Off. We all come to the office every day. Expect that. A lot more calls, but
Right.
it's everything here. Though it's you're investing in yourself pretty much,
Hmm.
and I think just knowing what you want. And commercial real estate is different in the sense that one thing I liked about commercial real estate is it's a lot of it's a people business almost. You need
Definitely.
that personal interaction. I need to hear what my client wants and their needs, and listening to that. Even going to the site as well, just having that more of a personal aspect to it got me more interested. I knew I wasn't going to be fit like staring at a computer like typing digits and coding. I knew that wasn't for
I
me.
don't blame you. That would not be, yeah, that would be tough.
Yeah, I need to go outside. I need my sun, and while you're working at that, like while you're working outside, meeting people, creating connections, you never know who you're going to meet, and
Mhm.
just establishing those relationships. That's what I really liked about it. It really got me to open my mind. And I mean, you never know. Like, yeah, I never said you never know who you're going to meet out there.
Right.
That's
That's
one
very
thing.
true.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna. It's a different life than others who aren't in the real estate industry. It's if real estate even was a passion for you, why not go for it? Uh, you know, I I always had a thing for that for real estate. Growing
Mhm.
up, my mom and I we always liked to drive around checking out homes, even for
Right.
sale. And then you keep growing and growing, and then you see more of like the commercial bigger buildings. Like, oh, these are fancier, these are cooler, and my interest
Right.
was always piqued in it. And I always recommend to my friends if you also had that, and if you're interested even in learning, then
Hmm.
go ahead because I think real estate is one of those things in life where it's important to know. Even with like finance, with law, you actually
Right.
get both of those in real estate as well. And even for me, who doesn't love passive income?
Exactly. Right.
Yeah,
No, pass on that. Thanks.
yeah. I'll stick to my job, but no, but there's so many benefits to commercial real estate. It's just the people you meet, even the team that I work with. Everybody's great. Uh,
Hmm.
just
That's
a different
that's
energy.
perfect.
Yeah.
What would you say was something that took you by surprise that you just weren't expecting in commercial real estate?
Ooh.
These are the hard hitters, Young. I
These
know.
are the hard hitters. And I think I'm going to go back to the point where I learned that this job is going to take time.
Hmm.
Uh, don't be scared, though. I'm not scaring anybody away. The deal will close. But yeah, you just have to be patient and, rushing, having that feeling of, or it's only going to stress yourself.
Right.
You just catch yourself if you just take a deep breath and just wait for just if you did everything correctly,
Right.
then there's nothing that could go wrong. I mean, really, sure, maybe there is some like extra thing out there, but what's the chances of that? It's just be patient, really.
Which is sage advice. And I think the really neat thing that you've hit on a couple of times is it's a very relational business. And
Hmm.
that's an area I thrive in as well, because it's so nice to work with clients that you respect, that you appreciate, that you're able to utilize your experience and your skill set to get them a
Totally.
really great deal. And this changes people's lives. It's not a small dollar amount.
Yeah.
And there's so many
No,
different artful ways that a deal can be structured. It's really quite fun. So skipping gears a little bit on those stressful days,
oh
I
gosh.
noticed you're a tennis player, right? And basketball.
Uh-huh. Yes, basketball.
How do you utilize sports for that stress relief?
Oh, I'm a big believer in that work-life balance,
Hmm.
and just taking the time out there. Just you're gonna have stressful days. Everybody has stressful days, but
Yeah.
finding something to you know take that tension off you, I think, is crucial. Everybody has different hobbies. Even just going to the gym could be one thing. Uh, Going on a hike, going to run, just something that where you can really get your mind off of things. I think that was really big. How I incorporate even just like the sport itself. It's I don't know about basketball. I wasn't really competitive in that, but with tennis, it's there's more of that mental game, and you really
Hmm.
gotta take your time. You gotta read the situation. You read the ball. You read your opponent. You read the clients. All that stuff. It naturally kind of hit in, and just connecting those little dots here and there just helped me figure it out as well.
I love that. And I'm a runner, so I'm right there with you. I think it's integral, in my opinion, to really merge some type of physical fitness with commercial real estate or really any career arena. I think you're at the
Mhm.
top of your game, both mentally, physically, spiritually, otherwise. And
Yeah.
it's really important to do that. Jumping to AI, right? So this
Oh,
is where
okay.
too, I would love your opinion on this. So you're newer to the commercial real estate realm.
Hmm.
So you've got a good taste of it. You've been doing some good deals, great mentors, great brokerage firm. How do you see AI interacting, right? Like certain people have the fear of it's AI.
Yeah.
And from my vantage point, with all of the relationships and the varying scenarios, in that sense, I feel like we're cushioned more than several other career arenas. What are your thoughts on that?
I definitely think so as well. Uh, yeah, AI is growing fast, faster than we may even
Mhm.
know. It
Right.
is, but it is useful. Yeah, I mean, we have people. I know our marketing team likes to mess around with AI to get some ideas. It definitely helps. It's a great aid, but when it comes to the job itself for us, I will say yes, we are a little bit cushioned because I think commercial real estate still requires that human aspect to it.
Hmm.
Because you still want to create. I mean, does anybody like talking to an AI or an interface? Like,
Right. Right.
like these days, like you want to call your bank, you're on the phone for at least 30 minutes, just waiting,
Hmm.
just waiting.
Right.
But you don't want to deal with that. And yeah, there's also that personal aspect with you know owning something. I'd say,
Hmm.
and so everybody who has purchased something has at least seen it in person,
Right.
and getting even professional help, people who've actually been in scenarios, or agents, brokers who have been in certain scenarios where they can actually explain to their client, certain pros and cons. I think in that sense, yes, commercial real estate is still a little cushioned, a little protected, but we never know, how fast AI could really grow.
Right. Right. No, it's all the speculation, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
Definitely.
we'll see.
Yeah. So you've been in commercial real estate a bit. Is there a certain asset category that you're preferring one over the other? Where are you at in that arena?
Yeah, so I mentioned earlier in your video about passive income. There's
Right.
several ways nowadays: apartments, office buildings. But what I actually focus on is the STNL, the single tenant net lease.
Mhm.
So focusing more on the triple net. There are some double net pro lease term leases out there, but focusing more on zero landlord responsibility. Most of our clients, they are looking to either pass it down to their kids or keep it long term, and something that's really safe. So, that's where we look at tenant credibility. Um, or even franchisees will look at how many locations, number of locations do they have, rent to sales ratios, demographics, traffic counts, everything to incorporate to minimize landlord responsibilities, yet maximizing profits.
Yeah, it's a way to go.
Mm-hmm.
So last but not least, this is the hard-hitting question for you,
Okay.
is what does living fully mean to you?
Living fully.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I want to say just maximizing your time.
Mm-hmm.
There's time and place for everything. Just making sure you're putting your full effort into it. I always say, if you gave you your all, your 100%, maybe
Yeah.
200%, there's nothing else you can do. You put
Right.
your effort into it. And people are going to recognize your effort. Work doesn't go unnoticed, and just pretty much, yeah. I mean, just maximize your time, do what's right, do the right thing. Enjoy every single moment, though. I definitely
I
would say,
agree. Definitely. So sage advice, Young. And I want to
yeah.
thank you so much for jumping on with me today. And
No, thank you so much.
definitely. And I look forward to connecting with you further.
Absolutely. Thank you, Heather.